Alrighty. Alright, we are back. Going to be experimenting pretty soon with a new audio setup. Based on what I've seen and read about, the standalone microphones, the stand-up mics that you sometimes see, are superior in quality to the headphone mics. And I'd kind of like to test that for myself. The only downside with this setup that I have is that sometimes the microphone isn't as close to my mouth, particularly when I'm sitting back in my chair. And so if I had the headset microphone, this headset does come with a microphone, that might improve the audio quality of the show. But there's only one way to find out. I'm going to be waiting for that delivery. And in the meantime, yeah, I'll just keep using this Bose mic that I've been using. Today we just have a Justice for All Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney episode planned. Thank you all for joining me, whoever might be watching out there. Let me go ahead and boot up the game. Get my glasses on. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty easygoing day. I've got dance workout planned for later, piano practice planned for later. Okay. There we go. Okay, let me move this up here so it's not in the way of any of the action. Alright, here we go. Episode 3, Turnabout Big Top, Part 4, 2 Trial. I'm going to try to navigate through the entire episode without any help or assistance. Sometimes, yeah, I just get stuck. December 30th, 2:17 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. I can't believe it. Acro. We accused Acro in the previous episode. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. I think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Yeah, why is he against Max? Unless it had something to do with Regina. It seems like she's motivating a lot of the dislike of Max, whether he knows it or not. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? Hardly the case. He's also the star of the show, which could cause some of his co-circus performers to resent him somewhat. But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Hey, pal. You gonna ignore me after I went and told this trouble to bring you some evidence? Ah, Detective Gumshoe. Forget it. Going home, this guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, Detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective? Well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it? Here you go. This was yesterday in Acro's room. Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Will Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? She's another voice that I haven't really got down. Sorry, guys. That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis. We're not really allies or anything. Everything that's happened in court up till now has gone according to our plan. I don't know, Miss Von Karma doesn't seem in control of things in there just now. And why would Detective Gumshoe be trying to cover anything up? You're the detective. Isn't it a detective's job to figure out what actually happened on the scene of a crime? We'll figure it out eventually, pal. Seems like he's in the prosecutor's pocket and doing some shady stuff, based on what I'm seeing, but I don't know. Yesterday our final plan was set into motion. Final plans? That reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing's ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. That's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What do you mean by that, the very end part? Yeah, I think they're working in cahoots. Not sure, it's all pretty cryptic to me. One more thing. Don't scare me like that. Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What, for me? I think I'm getting closer to Max's voice. It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy, so hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me? He doesn't need to be as confident as he seems. December 30th, 2:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingley. My Dingling, I want you to play with my Dingling. I forgot his voice too, Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Huh? About the Ringmaster. I believe he would sound more like a Native American based on how he's dressed, or an indigenous person, but yeah, I don't even know what that would sound like. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the Ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the Ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I'm trying to give her a European voice, that's why it sounds like that. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he'd seen held such high esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Miss Wright? Which is why there's no real need for cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the Ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course I'll cross-examine. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Not necessarily true. I'm trying to uncover the truth. Very well, Miss Wright. Cross-examine the witness. Absolutely. About the Ringmaster. Do I get to press him? We were abandoned by our parents. Let's test it out. Yes, my brother Sean and I. What, you have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old. My brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Berry Big Circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. Got a soft spot for sob stories. Oh. No crying in court. Let's keep going. And how is she able to do that? I don't know, but okay. Witness may proceed with his testimony. That's when the Ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. Doesn't look like I'm being docked. 3 bars down. How would you describe your relationship with the Ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The Ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about the other people at the Berry Big Circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in. Yeah, it's hard to say why he would kill the Ringmaster. I don't think he would kill the Ringmaster because he wanted the Ringmaster dead. I think he would be killing the Ringmaster more so to implicate Max. But even that's kind of in a gray area, like why would he want that? Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the Ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking what I could do to help. Wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know he seems like a nice guy. This is what makes it so difficult. So how long have you been a performer? Yeah, still 3 bars, correct. I became an acrobat at 9 years old. You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age. I begged the Ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. But also when I decided to form a group with my brother. They call themselves the Flying Dinglingberries. It's nearly a household name. Not my dinglings. I've even heard of them in German. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You're truly remarkable, young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. This can't be good. I wanted to find a way to repay the Ringmaster. That was my sole purpose. Did you ever have any trouble with the Ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Fleetside? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? And the heartfelt emotions contained within. You better think about this, Mr. Fleetside. You better think hard. Ow. No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Like, I'd say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that'll be enough for now. Wondering whether or not this man would kill the Ringmaster leads me to believe that it's pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the Ringmaster dead? Can I look at my evidence? Okay, that's helpful. Bat's scarf, stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. I believe this note is the key. Because his brother is still in the hospital, right? I'm pretty sure. John Dingling. Oh, he's still in a coma. So what motivation would he have? Contained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Who's Bat? Oh, the brother. Because the lion put his brother in a coma, but that doesn't exactly follow, right? Because, again, it was the lion. The Ringmaster puts the lion down in response. So, how would it be the case? I mean, it's a very interesting theory, right? Again, I just don't understand what the motivations would be for him to do it. Why would Acro have put this in Regina's pocket? You haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago. I have conclusive evidence about what happened. So I assume it has something to do with Bat, but... Let me just check the guide. I know what I was saying, guys, but I believe I have to present Bat. You missed 2 bars if you get it wrong. Okay, let's take us a look. I would say Bat is my best explanation, but that doesn't really completely make sense because he was injured by a lion in the circus. So unless that lion had some connection to the Ringmaster, I don't know. The note. So you're supposed to say I can't provide one. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the Ringmaster is something that can't be proven. Oh, I was not expecting the game to take that angle. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the Ringmaster at all. How? Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools are so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made this accusation against the witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Bristleberry Ringmaster. Want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds right. The end of things. Acro. You didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster at all, did you? Ringmaster wasn't your target that night. Was he instead trying to kill Max? It's possible. But then the question becomes, why would he want to kill Max then? Yeah, that's even more obscure. Did you just say? Saying that the target of the witness's murder plot is not the Ringmaster. It's Max. It was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Order, order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Straight. What in the world are you trying to do to my corp? Ow! Mr. Phoenix, right. What in the world are you trying to do to this card? Are you tempted to imply that Echo was trying to kill someone else? She's about to drop the beat on us. And they were saying Regina. Regina. This is ow. My evidence, ow. What are you doing? Ow. There's 14 more where that came from. Okay, I'm starting to see where the game is going now. The line of reasoning. Okay. So he wanted to kill Regina because her lion is the one that caused his brother to go into a coma. Hold it right there. You take your time with the other 14 later. For now, let me see what evidence once again. So scared of what will happen, I can't even give him evidence. Ask you for something. Or your manners, Mr. Phoenix. I think it's Regina Berry. Oh, that is so frustrating, guys. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I had to present Regina Berry. And then that evidence. Regina Berry. This young girl... Yeah, we almost failed the episode. This young girl's the Ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? Objection! You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. Objection! You could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all I have to do is say you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix, right? Got to be. Yeah, we were jumping the gun there. We presented the note. We needed to present her profile. Whoops. My bad. Simple mistake. Because the question was, who was he trying to kill? So I shouldn't have presented the note then. That's misread. Allow me to. Ow. The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Oh. That goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix, right? Show me evidence, now. Want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry? Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. So now you present them. Almost failing the mission. Acro, you remember this, don't you? That's the piece of paper that we found inside the Ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat. Acro wrote this note. It ironically is titled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 o'clock p.m. We were saying that he called Russell Berry with that note. Yes, but there's just one little problem. Acro did indeed place this note in someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the Ringmaster. I mean, that wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order, order! Right. This little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the Ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The Ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. Why was he wearing that costume? I still don't know. Ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. was killed because of that mistake instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Echo gave us earlier today. Lifting that bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. Akiro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I got it. Akiro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. That's when he let the bust fly. Hey Nick, isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is, unfortunately, only going to get harsher from here. Regina can handle it. I wrote this note to Regina. Fiction! Foolishly foolish fools, foolishly foolish fool ideas. You're so foolish, you even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix, if you're so sure about it, then tell us about this line. And conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? If the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that it's not declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What did you just say? I would think the same thing, actually. The Ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it, right? I know all about it. The incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Mona, wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has to start with what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually, I believe, this pepper. The pepper, is it not? The pepper container. Seasoning bottle. Yeah, seasoning bottle, correct. Seasoning bottle. Achoo! Achoo! What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix, right? It isn't a joke at all, it's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take this wooden box away with him. I am so confused, dude. Barry was carrying the box. That's the thing, like he was carrying the box. Why would he be carrying the box with the evidence inside it? Wasn't one. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Recall if the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. Yes, but again, why would that have their evidence inside? He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Miss Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small ball of pepper? I have about as much sense of the situation as the judge does. Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Objection! That doesn't actually... Again, how does that make sense? Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Was it Bat? Oh, Bat. Who is this? That is Acro's younger brother. Objection! What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Exactly, he wasn't murdered. He's in a coma, which is one of those, like, things where he's, like... Like, you could make the argument that if someone is brain dead, they are functionally dead. But you could wake up from comas, so they're not dead in the simplest sense. They're not dead. Completely dead. What does this prove? His youngest brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother's dead. Regina, she did that to him. You spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool. Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Ding. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. Oh, lion? Regina, I mean Mr. Regina Berry, is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. So, were they saying that the pepper caused the lion to eat the brother? She put pepper on the brother and that's why he got eaten. I actually don't know. No tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. However, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in there. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. What do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? It was just an accident, or it was more than that. It's more than that. Presenting the scarf. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What? Such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat. Presenting this scarf. That's just a scarf. Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. Who's the one that gave the scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina. There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. Fingerprints! I'm just kidding. What might that be? Pepper. 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 Pepper, 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 pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident. She covered it with as much pepper as she could. What's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. What? But out of curiosity, what was her crime? I think he wanted to use a different word there. A little bit awkward. Miss Berry gave pepper-covered scarf Bat as a present. Why is it covered in pepper, though? Where's the crime in that? Still seems like the judge doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like it was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling, however. Lions sneeze. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. Why was Bat sticking his head in that lion's mouth again? He sneezed. It's all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool. So, is that considered murder? It's an accident? I don't know. I don't think that it is. I don't think that it is, but I'm not the expert in legal vernacular. I think we would call that like manslaughter here in the States, as opposed to murder, which typically has motivation. Got to be kidding me. Objection! What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object. For objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix right. You this theory. You believe it? I believe this is a good beat. Really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened. Of course I do, it's the truth. Lion sneezed due to pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Why would Regina do that, though? That's still not entirely clear. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. Foolish idiot. Ah. Almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro, you can't mean witness. Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? Same problem it's always been. Evidence. The same problem I believe it's always had would be a better way to say that. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim? We've never found the statue. I mean, it seems like all the evidence... Like, I understand Phoenix's perspective on it, but again, the crucial piece of evidence is missing. It was never uncovered. Meaning conclusive evidence. The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise. Again, it's the most plausible explanation for what occurred is that the bust dropped on top of him. But the murder weapon isn't always found. That's the thing. The murder weapon isn't always found. I don't know if it needs to be found in every murder case. Murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. But again, how hard would it be to clean a bust? Get rid of the bust? Pretty easy, actually. You can lift it. Pretty easy. It would be. The bust. Nick, you gotta do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. See how things work out, or check Acro's room. I believe we're gonna have to check Acro's room. But the is telling me see how things work out first. Might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but aren't you going to search his room? It's like you finally figured this out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma told justice. I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You leave no stone unturned. Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Echo's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Echo would not be here as a witness. To put a point on it, Max's bus was not in the room. Of course, he would have disposed of the bus. We already know that. Murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bus wasn't in my room. Just because it's not in the room, though, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We already have a picture of it, so... Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. He took Echo directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second, something's funny about all this. Ha ha ha. Looks like you like the final nail to put in my coffin. But what about the scarf? The note? What about it, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Pretty savvy for a random circus performer. Has he been reading legal books when he's not recorded? Like, how does he know all this? Do something, Nick. Don't let the case slip away. The bust. Where is it now? Where is the bust? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? Seems this case is coming to a close. Defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for the disappointment. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness. Hold it. I should have done a different voice on that. Where's Max's bus? Defense needs time to present its lace. Okay, sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. What? Need time to do what? Ow. Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your age, isn't she? Really have a case to present, Mr. Wright. Why are you asking me? Rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives in the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now, on a tightrope. It's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue. I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murdered weapon. Where's Max's bus now? Somewhere in the lodging house, somewhere in the big top, somewhere in this courtroom. Is it hiding in his wheelchair? Yeah, somewhere in this courtroom. Wow. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where. Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. The witnesses stand, right? The witnesses stand. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? Again, even under a blanket, you'd still be able to see a bust of that size. Sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. The blanket would conform to the shape of the statue bust. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. So what's in the wheelchair? Just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Seems to me that it really is easy to say hide a bust under there. Again, why does he have that blanket? Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it in the only place that you could. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. Is he really hiding that under his wheelchair, dude? How would people not see that, dude? There's like 100 people in that courtroom. How would no one see that? How could you? And why wouldn't she think of asking that? You're the prosecutor of this case. Got me, I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them, Miss Francesca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? She's done a lousy job. Call the witness that's been hiding the murder weapon this entire time. There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Venus always took my trash out every morning. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try to hide it. The only place that I could hide it quickly was under his wheelchair. It's Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? Completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. I had to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. Again, what? And that bus was huge, dude. He's got the cards out and stuff. How would you hide that, even under a wheelchair? But okay. You've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Well, it makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely could by looking at her. Tell. Well, I sure could. Can't believe it to me. Make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search in your room? I hadn't done that. Well, and don't they, like, search people when they're taking them in for questioning? Usually finally right at the truth. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Why do we have to go through this entire circus? Like, it feels like a circus, right? Like, why would, if you had done the crime, why wouldn't you just say that? Why do you need us to put all the pieces together for you to tell the truth? Couldn't they also tack on other charges like obstruction of justice and stuff? In that case, I would assume so. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard and couldn't help herself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. That's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. Just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. So what motivated you to want to kill her then? Still super strange. Like, again, if it was a total accident, why would he want to kill her? He couldn't forgive her no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never being able to understand her. What? Your brother became a star. Regina believes that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it, too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. You're saying that you are a victim in all this as well. No, that's not what I mean. Nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. First I thought I'd kill myself, then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. What? Max, I'm sorry. So sorry. Again, it seems so random. Like, why would he want to kill Regina? Why would he want to blame it on Max? Still a gray area. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. I mean, you could say that again. Jeez Louise. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself, as I was saying pretty much 10 minutes ago. Like, there have been so many random witnesses, testimony that didn't matter. We still don't have an underlying motive. I'm an idiot, one Karma declares. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. Max is off. Woohoo! Dude, we totally forgot Max was standing there this entire time. Like, he's just been standing there in silence. As we're questioning Acro. He's like, very interesting. This court is adjourned. December 30th, 4:27 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5. Fabulous. But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. It's all still so super confusing. Like, again, why would Acro want to do that? I really don't know. I guess she did put his brother in a coma in a way, but in a way his brother put himself in a coma because he stuck his head inside of a lion's mouth. Yeah, it doesn't seem that smart to begin with. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, one I don't know the answer to. One I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max 1 million of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Wah. She's been like this for a while now. Wah. It's all my fault. Wah. Still don't have a good voice for Regina. Sorry, guys. Sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro, is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? Of course he is, or I don't think so. Okay, apparently for those of you that are watching, minor spoilers, if you choose any of the wrong answers, you get a huge penalty. So like circus, obviously it's not the circus because you searched the rooms. If you choose the bench, Francesco will whoop you. The judge's bench, you'll get twice the penalty. If you're playing on the HD version, you'll receive Wrath of Judge achievement as a consolation prize. Game over, so follow what's close above to finish this case once and for all. So apparently we missed a potential achievement, but I don't know if that's the case. It says iOS version, so maybe this is not possible in this version. I don't know. And again, why would he say murderer? Like, Regina's not a murderer. Even with all these like crazy theories, like Regina's not a murderer. Seems like it was completely accidental, any role that she had in his brother's coma, and his brother is still alive. And why would the ringmaster think it was for him after seeing the cafeteria? That doesn't entirely make sense. In reality, he'd probably just throw it away. He'd probably be like, oh, it's strange. Or give it to the police or something like that. I don't think so. Present bat. He's not going to do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can believe that? Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? Oh no, you're not just making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. It's bad, dude. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bat. That's right, Regina. He is still alive, you know. You're not a murderer, you know, because this was an accident. I never knew. And again, partly Bat is to blame. Why would you stick your head inside a lion's mouth? But anyway, they are circus performers after all. Now that Acro's been caught, wait, I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes, and then he can be Acro again. Why would you not do that originally? And he's been in a coma for 6 months, dude. That's so sweet of you, Regina. Sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mom? Really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? Sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. Might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen in the circus now? That's a big question. The ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I made a decision. What is it? I decided that I will take over as new ringmaster. Turn the circus into the best circus this world's ever seen. Best circus the world's ever seen. Don't laugh. Quite the goal. Yeah, I can't wait. And I guess that changes things, huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world's ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. It means the circus needs the best magician the world's ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're going to help out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why don't you think that I brought you to court today? Brought you to court. We've got to work together to make the Berry Big Circus bigger than it's ever been. Mom. I was right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. Seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. Can't wait to see the best circus the world's ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. Or we can do the Dexter's Lab version. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? Oh, it's just a theory. Acro really was the killer. I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. Mr. Wright? I don't know who the other voice is. Sorry, guys. I'm giving Big Gumshoe's voice. Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. For Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Oh, Edgeworth? Understood, sir. I'm waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. I cannot remember Edgeworth's voice at all. Turn about Big Top the end. Finally. And what a whirlwind. Brand new episode has been added. I have to watch Hamilton again just to get an idea how I did that voice. Episode 4, Farewell, My Turnabout, Part 1 Investigation. Okay, whoo-wee. Farewell, My Turnabout. Investigation. Oh wow, this was November of last year that we played through Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Wow, it's that short ago, huh? 23 hours in that playthrough. I think this is the final episode. Farewell, my turnabout. What were the names of the episodes? The Lost Turnabout, Reunion, and Turnabout. Turnabout, Big Top, and Farewell, my turnabout. So weird, right? Like, there was no turnabout in this episode. Unless you count the twist, M. Night Shyamalan twist, that it was actually Acro the entire time. Oh man, guys. Why would he try to pin it on Max? I do not know. And this episode was under an hour long. It seems like it was longer than that. Probably because there's just so much dialogue. And this is one of the shorter episodes. Like, the investigations were all pretty long. Like, the investigations of Justice for All were brutal, dude. Extremely lengthy. Multiple witnesses, multiple pieces of evidence. The trials were significantly better, but the one critique I have for this game over Ace Attorney is that some of the penalties are a bit too sharp in this game. They're a bit too sharp. Like, we almost lost that episode. We were down to like 4 bars. Like, we were only able to make one more mistake. And yeah. Again, if you don't present the exact right thing at the exact right time, you get penalized. And because of that, I think the penalties are a bit too sharp in this game. But I still like the characters. A lot of heart. You hear? I still like playing all the characters like Gumshoe. And with a thunderbolt, right, Shu? Phoenix and Maya, I still don't have great voices for them, so I just do the same for them. But I love the characters. Francesca Von Karma with her beats. And what's strange is her objections don't sound German. I really wish they had better and higher quality voice acting in the game. She would just go, objection! Just like Phoenix. He used to go, objection! She would go, objection! And the girl voice, but it doesn't have a German accent, so it kind of is not the best. We will see if that is still the case in Trials and Tribulations. I am planning on playing that sometime after I conclude the series. When, it's hard to say. But nonetheless, I hope you've all enjoyed this special Sunday weekend weekly edition of the Stormer Show. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Donations, Venmo Stormer Show for those with the willingness and means to do so. Anything and everything is appreciated. Even just views are appreciated because, it's some of my latest videos don't have any views. So any views at all would be appreciated. Even just views, yeah. I hope you enjoyed Turnabout Big Top, all the twists, turns, and just strange theories. But there it is, guys. There it is. Thanks for watching.